Hey, YouTubers, we're even here.
Starfire.
The screen froze.
Hopefully it didn't freeze for you guys.
It's done that on my computer a few times and it didn't.
Anyway,
when I played back.
hi.
So. Hi. Just to get it out of the way, I know this is a Flash review, but I had to take my computer in, so I wasn't able to do the Arrow reviews, and I will get them up, I promise. It's just...
You already had to take your computer in?
Yeah.
It's freaking new!
I had to take it in because it was slow.
Well, there's lots of reasons why computers are slow.
Exactly. That doesn't mean anything. So I just had it taken in to have it looked at.
Okay.
So I'll probably get it back tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and upload the videos tomorrow.
Well, that'll be perfect because Arrow's on tomorrow.
I know, but that'll be 3 episodes I have to review.
Yeah.
So. Okay, anyways, we'll be talking about The Flash, Season 2,
Episode 14.
Yeah, I'm not
Escape
doing
from
that
Earth 2.
on my fingers.
10, 4, 14.
I don't care.
Escape from Earth 2.
That wasn't much of an escape. We lost
It was a good
someone.
episode, but last week's was better.
Yeah, I mean, Elsa was more
Okay, the
ice
Elsa
queen.
comment was freaking awesome by Cisco, okay? Like, we were totally having so much fun with that. She was like, why don't you build your ice castle and sing Let It Go? I'm just like, oh my
Well, like, when Caitlyn had Iris by the throat and Cisco comes around with the gun and he's like, if you do, that'll be the last icicle you ever make. I'm like, just tell her to let her go.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, like, the comment was really funny.
Yeah. Because I'm funny.
I like, okay, this is what I liked about it. I liked the fact that even though Barry is not the Flash on Earth 2, he still wanted to go out and do that and help them.
Yeah.
He didn't have to, but he did because he wanted to be by Iris's side and he wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think most of it was because he was not able to be there when Joe died.
yeah,
So he wanted to be
so
by her
he
side
felt
now.
guilty
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that he wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
And that it was the other Barry that was there instead. Which was funny when he realized that it wasn't him and that...
Wouldn't she realize that it wasn't him?
Well, people were saying that the fact that she thought that he was the same Barry actually is kind of nice. Because she didn't recognize that it was a different Barry, and so, like, to her, he's the same in no matter what universe or Earth. Just like Barry said Iris was the same to him in any universe or Earth.
Yeah.
So-
But, like, she's like, so that's why your kisses were hesitant.
He's like, no, wait, did he get frisky with you? He's like, no. I'm gonna go find this guy.
And give him a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
A stern talking to. Like, what the crap?
Okay, Barry is the ultimate nerd on Earth, too.
It's way worse than that.
It's just funny because people in the comments on Twitter were saying that, like, how did Iris, who's this badass detective, freaking tap that?
Why did she tap that?
And I'm like,
Not
thinking
how.
to myself, I don't want to admit it, but yeah, I kind of agree.
Okay, it's not how did she tap that, because, I mean,
Why?
look at Barry. He'd be happy to tap anything that looks like Iris. I mean, anything that resembled something hot, attractive, and sexy, Barry would, in Earth 2, would probably want to tap that.
Maybe he
So
wasn't.
it's why would Iris want to tap that?
Yeah. But I'm glad that our Barry is better.
Our Barry is so much better.
And he's hot.
Oh yes, in any Earth.
Especially in his Flash suit.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
So he can make his, okay. In order, like, in order to phase through that, he had to be moving faster than he's ever, like, he had to vibrate faster than he's ever vibrated before. And he chose to start with his hand. Okay, I'm sorry, that's as far as I'm going with this. Okay, moving on.
Oh my god.
I had to. I'm sorry.
No comment. No.
Okay. So,
I think everybody knows where you're going with that.
well, I would hope so. If you don't, you're too young, and it's good you don't.
Oh jeez. Okay.
So, who do you think the guy in the mask is?
Well, I guess I agree with you in saying that it's probably Oliver's dad.
Yeah.
Because your reasoning for it makes sense. He was wearing green, he's white, like, you know, it wouldn't be Henry like other people were suspecting. I think they were suspecting him as being Henry. I don't know. But I saw Henry mentioned at some point on, like, Twitter. And
as we all know, he's off at Atlantis on his anniversary date with his wife.
People were saying it could be Henry from Earth 1.
Henry from Earth, well, I don't think so.
So.
That Henry was never...
Well, no, I don't think that. I'm just using it as other people. But, yeah, it's probably Oliver's dad or somebody that...
that Earth's version of Green Arrow.
Yeah, or that Earth's version of Green Arrow.
That's who Oliver's dad is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean... I think it's probably him.
Because there's really, like... I mean, if you think about the roster of people that we've met in all the shows currently that are running, it's not female. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's an older male.
Their skin looked darker, though.
No, it was white.
Okay.
Like... Okay, so... Male... Older person, not old, but older. And he's white. How many older white people do we know?
True.
Like, I mean, if you look at, like, the main cast of the show, half the people are black.
Yeah.
So, who could it be? Like, there's no one in Barry's life that it could really be. Because, I mean, at first, I don't think... Zoom didn't even know Barry's identity. So he wouldn't have had Henry Allen there from Earth 1 that whole time. Because he had that guy there before Jesse was ever put in there.
Yeah.
So, like...
It's probably Oliver's dad.
Yeah. I mean, could be wrong, but, like...
You're usually right about these types of things, though.
Yeah.
Although you weren't right about Joe dying this time.
Hey, I was just doing that to push your buttons, man.
So?
Her face tonight, oh my gosh, you guys, like, it was priceless. She just started... Yeah, at the end when they were trying to stabilize the wormhole, I was like... When Joe volunteered to do that, I'm like, Joe's gonna die! Joe's gonna die! She's like, no! You stop that right now! Yeah, it was... So I said that for that reaction, and I got a better reaction than I thought I was gonna get, so, yeah.
Yeah, well, I know that he does have to die at some point, okay? I know. It's just not gonna be now.
Yeah. Damn.
It'll probably be... Watch. You know what's gonna happen?
Next episode.
No, seriously. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna happen when they get Barry and Iris together. And then they're gonna somehow have Joe die. Or it's gonna be around that time that they're getting closer to being together.
Their
and then
wedding
that's gonna
day.
happen. And it's gonna make it even...
Dude, their wedding day, like, he's driving there, and Ameta just, like, totally crashes his car, and he dies.
He'll probably die before that.
I'm very morbid. And I enjoy
I don't
it.
I don't think that he'll die then. I think he'll die before that.
Yeah.
If he's going to.
Yep. So.
And Jesse L. Martin's a pretty good actor too. I don't think they want to get rid of him that early.
Yeah, it only helps the story to have it only helps the actors get better to have a good actor around.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know this isn't Flash related, but Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow or Oliver Queen, has stated that being around John Barrowman, who plays Malcolm, like, being around him has helped him become better because John just keeps, like, he'll just go off script a little bit and go free range with it, and it's better than what was written. And
yeah,
so
ad-lib.
yeah, the ad-lib was a lot better, and so they kept it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And like, being around someone that can ad-lib that good,
improvise, ad-lib,
Yeah.
whatever.
and frack my English, whatever. It helps him to become more confident in himself and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, like, being around actors or actresses that are better than you helps you. It's like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. Well, I know that Candace Patton has definitely, like, you know, he's kind of her mentor acting-wise. Jesse L. Martin. Like, he's helped her a lot to, you know what to do with certain things.
Yeah.
Same with Grant Gustin. But I think that he's just kind of good on his own.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so what were some of your favorite points during? I know we kind of skipped around a lot, but
well, I liked the part where Earth 2 Barry was talking to our Barry and telling him, you know, if I can do the impossible and I'm just normal, then you can because you're the Flash.
yeah.
And, you know, he's like, if you want to phase through that wall, you can do it. If
just
you
have to
believe
say
in
you
yourself.
can.
Yeah. And so I really liked that. And I liked that when our Barry was talking to Earth 2 Barry and Iris, you know, he said that even though, you know, you didn't become like I did, you still were a hero and you helped somebody you didn't even know.
And that makes you a hero.
Yeah, and that makes you a hero. And so I thought that those were really touching scenes.
I kept waiting for Earth 2 Barry to kind of go, "You kiss my girl."
Yeah, I know. I kept waiting for that too.
Like, I'm gonna have to slap you because I'm such a wussy.
I
like,
kept
oh,
waiting
ah.
for him to kind of, no, I was waiting for that. But yeah, I liked those things, and I don't know, like, a lot happened, but I feel like I kind of agree with what somebody else said, that there was a lot of things thrown into the episode, and some of them weren't necessarily, or didn't necessarily need to be there, at least right now. I don't know.
Okay, some such
But,
as give
like,
examples.
I don't know. I think everything was necessary, but I feel like it was all kind of just thrown in there. So, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of figured that since, like, Barry's like, well, Cisco can't use his abilities, so I can't phase through the wall.
I don't know what I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit different, like, with the escape. I thought that we were going to actually, like, when Barry came through, I didn't think it was just going to end there. I thought that, or where Jay got, you know, by Zoom. I thought that we were going to see, you know, our Barry reunite with Joe and Iris and stuff like that. I mean, maybe it'll happen next week, but I just thought that was going to be a part of it. And so, yeah. I feel bad for Caitlin, though, because hopefully Jay's not really dead.
He survived
But
Zoom's arm through his chest before.
yeah, well, I hope he's not dead, because Caitlin deserves to be with somebody.
I don't think he's gonna die.
Yeah, let's hope not. But yeah, I liked those two things about it. And what else? I just liked the comment, like, with the Elsa stuff. I liked the comments that Barry made, like, you're my wife, I'm not gonna leave you there by yourself, I'm gonna be by your side. And things like that. The little stuff.
Yeah.
The things that people legitimately freaked out over with them, even though they were small.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm just excited for what's to come in our Earth now because of him being there. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because I read an interview earlier today that was with Candace Patton, and she was even saying that, you know, it was gonna affect him. And the guy that's her new boss at CC Picture News, kind of might be some type of an interest in that way for her. But basically she said that he just kind of opens up her eyes to the fact that she can have love again. Because, you know, hasn't been with anybody since Eddie, and, like, she's had time to process everything. And so, like, that's gonna help her in that way, I guess. I'll have to find it.
Well, going off of what I said earlier, like how Barry's like, well, Cisco can't use his powers in this universe, boo-hoo, blah, blah, blah. So, like, you know, like, being all wimpy and whatever, because he couldn't phase through the damn wall. Like, whatever. And then, like, he finally did it. Well, okay. So that means that you can use your powers on Earth, too. So what the crap is wrong with Cisco?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He has his powers, he just hasn't perfected them yet.
Well, neither is Barry. He's still learning them.
I know.
Because he hasn't done that
should have
thing
used
with the hat before.
Yeah, he should have used them.
Like,
Where the freak is it?
I think that
Here it
they
is.
should have had him be able to do something towards the end with his abilities on Earth, too.
Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, is the Flash really going there, or finally going there with Barry and Iris? And it's like, yeah, it says, it's easy to see why Barry has taken such a liking to his doppelganger's life. Taking over for Earth to Barry, including his marriage to Iris and relationship with his mother Nora, who is very much alive and happy, will affect our hero deeply when he returns to Earth 1, especially his relationship with Earth 1 Iris. It's all very alluring to him, so having him go back to Earth 1 knowing these things definitely takes an effect on him and Iris, she says. Now, it's not only that they supposedly are married in the future, according to the newspaper we saw last season, they're definitely married on another Earth. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they are destined to be together? Does that mean that fate is real? It starts the clock ticking about what does that really mean? Fate and destiny aside, Barry and Iris' relationship on Earth 1 will also be tested by the introduction of a new character in tonight's episode, Scott Evans, Iris' new boss at CCPN, who is not a fan of the Flash at all.
He's a dick.
He wants her to write an anti-hero piece on how the Flash may not be the hero Central City thinks he is, which is really difficult for Iris, Patton previews. She instead asks if she can write an article about this other Flash trying to stop Geomancer. And Jay Garrick, Scott acquiesces, and that's where we are in episode 14. Earth 1 Iris is trying to write this article on Jay Garrick instead to appease her new boss. But will their professional tension lead to romantic tension? It definitely starts more on his end than on her end, she said. So it's more him.
Yeah.
Before West Island fans get too upset over Scott's introduction and what it means for Earth 1, Barry, and Iris, what I can say is Scott Evans is introduced, and his being there is kind of the first time Iris is awakened to the idea of moving on from Eddie and the possibility that love can exist for her again. And The Flash has let Iris take her time to recover after the devastating loss of her fiancé in the season 1 finale. A move Patton is happy with, as well as Barry's serious relationship with Patty. In the comic books, their romantic relationship is so iconic. I think it would be difficult for us to never explore that. It's highly possible, she says, and I'm glad it didn't happen this season. I'm happy Iris had time to grieve over Eddie, and I'm happy Barry had another relationship. I think anytime you put destined lovers together too soon, where do you go from there?
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's why they waited so many seasons to put Clark and Lois together in Smallville.
Yeah.
They knew it would end the show. So they made it the show ender.
So, I doubt that anything will happen that way with them this season, but it will definitely change things for them since he's been to Earth too.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person who enjoys the story and the build-up more than the end result. So, I mean, seeing them get married is all nice and cute and sweet and amazing and everything, but actually seeing everything before that leads up to it is more important and more special.
Yeah.
And more worth it. It's all about the journey.
It is.
I always say that. It's so true.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise...
I mean, you can't have
there's
that
no
without the
life.
Journey.
Like, every day is its own journey, and then when you add it all up, the entire year is this journey. So, like, when you think about it, like, life itself is a journey of ups and downs and ins and outs and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, of course, love is going to be its own journey, whether it's fictional or not.
Yeah.
And the best thing about life is its experiences through the journeys and the trials that we experience. Therefore, the best thing about love is the journey towards the epicness that we know is around the corner.
Yeah.
So, why rush the journey?
So I just wonder in what way he's gonna, like, awaken her to that. Because if it starts more on his end than her end, I'm curious to know how that's gonna, like, affect her. You know? Like, what it's gonna do to make her realize that.
Yeah.
Or if Barry's even gonna tell her about what happened on Earth too.
Oh, well, he's gonna have to. She's gonna ask him. Like, oh, yeah, on Earth 2, I slept next to you in bed and you were naked.
No, she wasn't naked.
Oh. Well, no, not in the part that we saw, but I mean, off screen, you can imagine what went on that night.
I don't think he.
Like, I don't think he actually did anything with her, but I'm pretty sure she probably might have tried.
He probably came up with some excuses to the fact that he couldn't do anything. Because
Yeah.
he felt too uncomfortable. And she's probably like, what the heck is up with Barry?
Yeah. But, I mean, like, he's gonna be like,
Because we saw, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was like a minute-long trailer released a few days ago, and
I'm so happy about that trailer.
in it we saw a little clip where Joe was asking him what happened on Earth 2.
Because he hasn't been the same, and he's been
Yeah, because he's been acting different.
kind of down and stuff, probably.
Yeah, probably because it affects him deeply, as
Yeah.
was said in the interview.
Yeah, I mean, his mom was alive there. He comes
His
back
mom
and his
was
mom's
freaking
not.
alive.
He got to hear his mom's voice and hear her laugh and the smile in her voice and
Yeah, and her say that she loves him,
was proud of him.
and yeah,
Even though she didn't know who he really was.
yeah.
It still meant something. And, of course, that's going to affect him. Like, how could it not?
Yeah. So, I mean, I liked tonight's episode, but I'm more excited about moving forward with what's to come.
I'm more excited about that thing I was freaking out about in the trailer.
Yeah, the fact that Jesse Quick has a costume.
Jesse Wells was wearing a red costume with a red face mask, and I freaked the crap
She did.
out.
She did.
I was like, are we getting Jesse Quick? Are we getting Jesse Quick? We're getting Jessie quick!
She had me play the trailer like 2 more times.
I had her play it like 8 more times.
No, you didn't. It was like 2 or 3 more times.
I had you rewind it to that one spot, and we watched that like 3, 4, 5 times. And then we watched the entire trailer like...
We watched the entire trailer like twice.
Yeah, but we watched that one part of it like how many times?
I don't know.
Like, yeah. I was crazy.
She was.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall I liked the episode. It was pretty good. Sometimes I feel like the show doesn't always deliver, like it's slow or something, but I didn't really feel that tonight.
Like, I feel like there's always one really, like 1 or 2 really amazing epic episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Which I would say last week was.
Mm.
And then they have a few that are okay. They're
Yeah.
like mediocre, but they're not bad.
Mhm.
And then they have more epic, and then they, you know, it's just kind
Yeah.
of like back and forth.
It's because of the budget.
So, I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that we would have gotten a little bit more with Earth 2, Barry and Iris.
Yeah.
And we did.
What I was looking for was when Barry was stuck in the box. Like, maybe he was able to get his hand through, but he hesitated and he brought it back, right?
Yeah.
And then Iris would step in front of him, and like, you can do this, Barry. I
That
was
would've
waiting
been
for
so
her.
great.
I was waiting for her, like.
Well, somebody
Speech.
on Twitter kept saying, "Think of Iris, think of Iris, think of Iris."
Dude, I kept sitting there going, think of Iris.
Like
think
during
of
that
Iris.
part.
Yeah, I was like,
So.
she's standing right behind you two. Just like look at her and phase through the damn thing.
Yeah.
Think of last night.
How long were they supposed to be there? 2 days?
Yeah. But he was captured for a day and he was gone all night.
So technically, they probably didn't spend the whole night together.
The night before, they probably spent in the hospital. Damn it.
I told you.
Well, hey, they got home, she took her shirt off. She was wearing that pink, black
Yeah,
little
but then
lacy
she went
thing.
upstairs and put on a nightgown.
Who said she put on a nightgown?
When she came down after Barry had his touching phone call with his mother.
Oh, I didn't notice the nightgown.
You didn't notice it?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?
I thought she was still half naked.
Kidding me?
No.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No.
Oh my god.
I saw her face and I saw Barry. That was
she
it.
comes down and like her white nightgown thing is like flowing behind her. Okay, how can you not notice that?
Cause
It was like one of those old-fashioned nightgowns that
I
they
wasn't
wore.
paying attention to her body in that moment.
Really?
Not in
Wow.
that moment.
That's kind of surprising. Okay.
Hey, we had that moment when she took her shirt off.
No, I know.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just surprised you didn't notice.
I didn't.
She was wearing something when she came down the stairs.
I assumed she wasn't, so I didn't really look. I had just seen it, so.
Well, I think that if she wasn't, he would have reacted a lot differently than he did.
Well, he was still crying because he just hung up with his mommy.
Yeah, but I still think he would have reacted a lot differently even though he was emotional. If she
Okay.
hadn't been not wearing anything.
I wasn't paying attention. So.
Or maybe she put on a robe or something, but I know she had like a white outfit on. Because like after, like when she comes down and she's like, "Babe, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." And, you know, I just, something about, you know, I was just talking to my mom. And then she's like, "Are you ready to like,
Go to bed.
Well, she's just like, "You want to get ready," or something like that. So yeah. But yeah, she was wearing something.
Okay. I assumed she wasn't. I don't know. I just.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, she was.
Okay. But hey, you know, he got to look at her top half clothed.
It's not like he hasn't seen that before, though.
Well, yeah, but like,
I mean, they did grow up together.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure once she got a chest, she was pretty careful around him. I mean,
yeah,
like, once you get a chest, you don't exactly walk around the house topless.
Topless would be without a bra on.
No, topless is without a shirt on.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, probably not.
The shirt is called a top. Therefore, topless.
I think the way that he reacted I think the reason he reacted that way was because, like, not that he hadn't seen it before, but because, like, he didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah. But I can imagine that conversation, like, oh my gosh. Barry, what happened? Oh, Joe, you died and your daughter wanted to get it on with me that night.
No big deal. We hated each other. I was married to your daughter.
She wasn't pregnant yet, but apparently we were working on it.
And my mom was alive and well.
And they were visiting Atlantis. Which apparently Iris and I had bought tickets for them to go. Like,
yeah.
Like, how do you have that conversation? Like, oh yes, they have Atlantis, the lost city. And that means we have it somewhere, but it's still lost.
Yeah. Well, I think that when he does, like, tell him, I don't know all the details he's going to tell him, or if he's going to do it in the way that we described it.
Cisco's probably going to just blurt it out.
Well, it looked like when he asked him that, they were at Joe's house.
Yeah,
but it looked like Barry was sitting on the stairs.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when, like, Iris is around and, like, stuff get kind of weird between them,
he'll
he's
probably
like,
be like Mrs. West Allen.
Well, she already knows that in the future they hyphenate.
Yeah, but he'll probably be like, I saw some stuff. You were a badass detective. And you were married to him.
He probably wouldn't say it like that. He'd probably come up with some lame movie quote. To, like, go like, yeah, you two were a couple.
Yeah. Well,
so
hopefully.
Probably, like, that version of Barry came up with a TV quote.
Hopefully he tells her.
I want to see that TV show. It sounded interesting.
Oh, the one that he was talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if it exists.
It probably does not. I'm just saying.
He's like, it was a seminal episode. You should really check it out. I'm just like, what? Captain something?
I don't know.
Commander something? I don't know. But anyway.
Anything with time travel interests me.
Yeah. But I think that we got a good episode.
We did.
It
wasn't great, but it didn't suck.
No, it didn't. Next week, though, King Shark and Diggle and Lila are on it.
Diggle! What are they gonna do with Sarah? Where's baby Sarah?
Maybe somebody's watching
Is
her.
Felicity babysitting?
Maybe.
That'd be so cute.
But anyway, it's cool that, like, we're gonna see Lila on it, The Flash, because usually we just see, like, the other Arrow characters.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Lila, so.
What I think is interesting is that Diggle's still, like, hung up on the fact that he can run really fast, and Lila's just like, he's the Flash, honey, get over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Diggle's
have
so
you
cute.
met him before?
Diggle's
Like,
so cute in that way, the fact that, like, he's still shocked by that.
yeah, like, he won't get over it. It's like, okay, so you can get over the fact that you are currently fighting a dark master of magic.
He's probably freaking used to it, man.
But you're not used to the fact that a man can run faster than the speed of light.
No, he's not.
Okay, well, Barry's not that quick yet, but
He will be.
the point not being that.
Watch,
And man shooting lasers out of his eyes. And
Caitlyn should freaking, like, use Velocity 9 on Barry so that he'll be as fast as Zoom and he can defeat him.
Yeah. But we don't know how Velocity 9 works with powers. Like,
True.
because Jay had the latent ability in him because Zoom had taken it all.
Yeah.
Therefore, there was no meta-humanness within Jay for it to affect. I mean, there was meta-humanness, whatever. Like, he was still a meta, he just didn't have his powers anymore. So, all that did was awaken his powers. But if Barry took it, like, because Caitlin made it so that it would awaken Jay's powers, what would it do to Barry? Because he still has his.
True.
I mean, even though he was at, like, half strength for most of the, like, last episode and tonight.
Yeah.
Because he was still recouping from losing his speed. But apparently now, at the end, because of an inspirational speech from himself, he was able to go faster than he's ever gone before. And go through carbon?
I think
A carbon wall? I almost said carbonite.
But yeah, like, I think
Sorry.
that hopefully this will stick and he will continue to be fast. As that fast.
Well, I mean, once you get to a certain point, you can't really, like, okay. Like...
Well, they said we were going to see more of them exploring his powers and the way he can use his speed.
Yeah.
So we just saw him phase through a glass freaking wall.
Well, we've seen him do... We saw him phase through a wall and punch out, Eobard Thawne, who was talking to what's-her-face, that British scientist lady.
Oh, McGee.
Yeah, I mean, Barry zoomed through a wall and punched out Eobard.
Yeah, but it was probably different material than this was.
Well, that's because it was vibrating on a different frequency because it was Earth 2. Therefore, Barry had to be faster.
Yeah.
But once you, like, okay, that's like saying that, that's not a good example. Okay, well, you know you can run a certain speed, right?
Yeah.
You run that speed every day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to get slower?
No.
It's the same thing with Barry.
Unless you don't continue to do it.
Exactly, and Barry runs every day saving people who are stupid. So...
Wow!
I mean, look at the majority of what he does. Like,
a lot of times
look,
it's like...
stupid person.
A lot of times it's a crime happening, or a burning building, or...
Yeah, burning building.
Something like that.
Wonder how that started. Stupid person.
What about the crime?
The crime. The person behind the crime. Stupid person.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're not worth saving. Dang. Way to have a heart.
I have one. I watched last week's episode of Legend, the other one.
Legends of Tomorrow?
Yes. I keep wanting to call it Legion.
Okay, I'm not saying
League of
that.
Legend.
I'm not saying that
whatever.
the bad person should be saved, whatever.
Mhm.
But like, I'm saying that the person that it's happening to should be.
Yeah.
And they're not the stupid person. The stupid person is the person that's causing the problem.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. So, I'm just...
I mean, all he can do is just try to stop it from happening.
Yeah. But he's constantly running at the speed in which he needs to run. Therefore, he's not going to get slower.
Yeah.
And the only reasons why he's ever gotten slower on the show is because someone's either A, taken his speed, or B, nullified his speed so that he had to tap into the speed force himself.
Or he just hasn't believed in himself enough to know that he can go as fast as he thinks he can.
And then he pushes through it and goes faster, and then he's able to go that fast whenever he needs to.
Yeah.
He just needs to keep pushing himself to new limits.
So I think that he needed to hear that, even though it was from himself. I think he needed to hear that.
That's an oxymoron.
To know that, to know that he could do it.
He needed to tell himself that
he needed to tell himself that he could do it, and he did.
That's so sad.
Hey, sometimes you do have to tell yourself you can do it to be you have to motivate yourself.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to another self of me. I'm talking to me, not to another person standing there that is me.
Yeah, but still, the fact that Barry doesn't have powers telling him this kind of meant a lot, actually.
I don't really see it. I mean, he walked up an ice wall.
He told him that if he can do the impossible, that this Barry definitely can, because he's the Flash.
Yeah, but if you look back at what that Barry did at Earth 2 Barry, he climbed an ice rock wall with wingtipped shoes. Ha!
Yeah, wingtip shoes don't have much tread, like he said, so the fact that he climbed an ice wall wearing those shoes is actually pretty awesome.
Okay, what happened was there were steps.
Oh. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can climb steps in shoes.
Yeah, never mind. I'm trying to justify it, okay?
Yeah, but like, I did something heroic. I climbed an ice wall today.
He did something heroic for himself because he doesn't normally do stuff like that.
I know, but like, he's like,
So the fact that he...
but he's like, I did the impossible today. It's like, that wasn't impossible.
The fact that he's tried to help them save somebody that he didn't know was pretty heroic.
Yeah.
Not the fact that he did the impossible.
Yeah,
but the fact
he's
that
trying to tell Barry that I've done the
Yeah.
impossible today. You can
But
too.
the fact that he got out of his comfort zone and did something like that and helped them where he normally wouldn't do that, and he would just investigate the cases and like be a CSI and not actually be doing that stuff, you know, that was heroic in itself.
Yeah, but it wasn't impossible.
No,
he
it
was
wasn't.
able to do it.
I know.
It wasn't outside of his abilities to do something.
Yeah.
And that's what impossible is when it's outside the realm of possibility for you or those around you. But everything he did that day was possible. He outran Killer Frost things because he could. Not because it was impossible. He did it, therefore it was possible. He climbed a wall, not because it was impossible.
But because it had steps, and anybody can climb steps, even no matter what shoes they're wearing.
Wow! He did the possible. And he's telling the Flash he did the impossible, in which he did not.
Well, he's telling him that so that he can motivate him. Doesn't mean that it's true.
Never thought I'd see the day when Barry lied to himself.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they both kissed the same damn woman
They did.
within a 24-hour window. Man, that Iris gets around.
Well, actually, I don't know. Did Earth 2 Barry kiss her within a 24-hour window? Because...
Well, I'm pretty sure that during that time frame in which we saw them telling Iris that, yeah, the me that was with you last night was not me.
Okay.
And then we
It just
flashed
happened
to
off screen.
looking for... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that... Oh my gosh, you've been locked up in a cell all day
Well, let's
for like
remedy that
24
and
hours.
kiss you the right way.
Exactly. He's like, okay, you had a bad kiss from me, and I haven't had a kiss from you in 24 hours. Let's just fix that problem right now. Yeah. One of them would have come up with that idea, and frankly, I don't think it would have been Barry.
Maybe.
Oh, somehow I don't picture Barry being the aggressive one in the relationship. I kind of picture in that Earth Iris having to talk him through everything.
I agree. And like I was saying earlier to her when the episode was on, like, I like Earth 2 a lot. I like the look and everything about it that way, but I'm really glad that our Barry is the Flash, because I like Earth 2 Barry, but I feel like they need to be equal in power instead of like one having more, you know, badassery or whatever you want to call it than the other.
Yeah.
I think if they work as a team, it's better.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that they aren't a team in their marriage, but I don't know. I just...
Well, I mean, they are like in your term, both badasses in their
Yeah.
respective fields.
They are.
Because Barry is the foremost.
I mean, she did say
forensic
he was
sci-
the best CSI in Central
Yeah, he's
City.
the foremost forensics
Yeah.
scene.
She did
thing.
say he was the best CSI in Central City.
Yeah, therefore, and she's probably the best cop in Central City.
Yeah.
Therefore, they are the best in their respective
It's just,
worlds.
I don't like seeing
but-
him be completely nerdy to the fact that, like, somebody like her wouldn't be pictured with somebody like him.
Yeah,
I
I'm still wondering how that happened.
I want it to be more equal in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter about the whole power thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Maybe she likes the fact that she doesn't have to be such a badass when she's at home.
maybe.
She can be the girly girl that she actually is on Earth 1.
True.
Because at work, she's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, because she's got, like, the job that she's always wanted on Earth 2.
Mhm.
On Earth 1, she doesn't.
Yeah.
So she's kind of, you know, getting to play that side of her that you don't normally see.
Mm-hmm. But she was actually going for journalism on Earth 2.
Yeah.
She was in...
I think she likes her job on Earth 1. I just
Mhm.
think that, like, she wanted to have a little bit more freedom to do what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe didn't give her that.
Yeah. Like in Earth 2, she got to do both things.
Yeah.
She experienced... She was still going through her internship at the newspaper, but she was still, like... She got to experience that, but then she went ahead and went towards something else.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it was probably more for the money at the moment because of the reason Joe hated Barry was that Iris became a cop to pay for Barry's schooling. But like the fact that Iris chose to go into the newspaper for or journal and the journalism internship on her own on Earth 2 is much more significant than it was on Earth 1.
Yeah.
Because Barry had to talk her into it on Earth 1.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that was a conscious decision she made herself on Earth 2.
Yeah.
And it was her choice to leave the writing business and go become a cop on Earth 2.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the tenacity to stand up to her father and say, this is what I want to do and you can't stop me from doing it. I want to be a cop, I'm going to be a cop.
Yeah.
In Earth 1, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have the, I'm thinking
Courage.
of how to phrase. Yes, let's just go with that. To stand
She's
up
strong.
to her father.
She's a strong character
Yeah.
in Earth 1. She's a great character.
Mm-hmm. But
But
if she wants to be a cop, like she keeps saying, she's gonna have to, like, grow a set and stand up to her dad.
yeah. Although in the comics she's not a cop,
Mm-mm.
right? She's a journalist.
Mhm.
So her job on Earth 1, whether she wants to be something different or not, fits the character.
Mm-hmm. I think she was a journalist more so because, that's what Lois was, and Lois and Clark, like, they were the big it thing. I mean, they still
Yeah.
are, but, like, Lois was the one iconic person that everyone
Everyone looked
writing
up to.
DC was
Yeah.
able to look towards and say, I want my female character to aspire to be as popular or as good as this. Well, I'm going to model her exactly after that person.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she ended up being a journalist, is simply because Lois was.
Yeah.
But I think, like, once she really gets down to it and starts being a real journalist, because she's just sitting there writing fluff pieces right now. I mean, yeah, that's what the guy said she was doing tonight, and that's what she has been doing. She's been writing fluff pieces that celebrates the Flash, which I'm not saying that she shouldn't. But there's other things to write about other than the Flash. There are the metahumans you could write about. There are the...
she has been writing about the
Well, yeah,
metahumans.
but I mean, like, you can write about the destruction. You can write about, oh, yes, the Flash failed today. He did not capture this metahuman.
Yeah.
Like, that means that the guy's going to be out there again killing someone else because the Flash failed. Like, it doesn't always have to be he's gonna try better next.
Yeah,
he's
it doesn't
gonna be
always
better
have to
next
be about
time.
celebrating the Flash. It can be about the Flash's failures too, because he
Yeah.
is human, even though he's a meta-human and he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And if she talked more about that, more people could relate to his struggles.
Mm-hmm. Like, she needs to, like, really what she's just doing, she's just continuing her blog.
Yeah.
If she's going to be a journalist, she needs to start being a journalist, which I think is what this guy is saying. She's actually faced with actually becoming a real journalist. She's finally been given the opportunity to become the real journalist she's wanted to become ever since she became an intern. And she's staring down the barrel of that gun, and she's scared to become the journalist that she can be.
Yeah.
Because it means turning her back sometimes on Barry. And just saying, yeah, the Flash screwed up today. Well, that's life. People are going to die tomorrow because he screwed up, but he's going to try again next time.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll get them.
Well, it seems like this Sam guy is going to do a lot of things for her then.
Yeah.
Alright, our video is really long.
It is. Longer than last week.
Yes.
Well, I guess we should wrap it up then. Okay. Well,
hopefully you guys will stick with us for this long. I'm
thank
really
you
sorry.
for sticking with us. But you know what? If you did, then you love the Flash as much as we do, and we want to hear what you have to think, what you're thinking about from tonight's episode or last week's or any of the episodes. I don't care how far it's been. It could be episode 1. Write your stuff down in the comments below.
What
we
are you guys
talk
looking
to you.
forward to in the upcoming episodes?
Yes. Tell us your ideas on who the man in the mask is.
Yes, and based off what I read in the interview, what do you think is going to happen? How is he going to tell them? What's going to go on with that?
He's the man in the iron mask.
Oh, jeez. Who's the man in the iron mask? That's the thing. Let us know.
King Louis?
What?
I think that was his name in the movie.
Alright.
Man in the Iron Mask.
Doesn't that have Leo DiCaprio in it?
Yes. He plays both of the twins. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
He was young and hot.
He's still kind of hot.
He is. In an old man sort of way. Not old, but old.
He was hot in Titanic.
Okay. So yeah. Anyways, veering off subject deeply. I guess, yeah, let us know what you think, your, forecast of what's gonna come next. How much longer do you think that Joe has? And what about that video, that 1-minute video we talked about? We only hit on a few things, but what do you think about the Jesse Quick thing that might be coming up? Because that was Jesse wearing a red outfit. What do you think about that? How long do you think till we see that? Or any of the other things we mentioned? So, until next time, subscribe, like us, and comment. And keep believing in the impossible.